Sebastian had a really hard day. I think I might have said that this morning. No, I don't think I did, because he called me and I even had to put my earbud in to get out of my car and continue talking to him. I love you, baby. I love you.
Many hours later.
Hello, everyone. Excuse the heater. It is blasting. I just got to the car line. There's already so many cars that I'm barely in here. That those barricades are... I don't know if you can see it. There's an orange one that you can't see. I'm just barely in here, and Jax is coming out in less than 10 minutes because we have a doctor's appointment. But let's see. Work was normal, except that one student is still out. And I just ate a couple Fritos and now they're in my teeth. Let's see. Sebastian had a really hard day. I think I might have said that this morning. No, I don't think I did, because he called me and I even had to put my earbud in to get out of my car and continue talking to him as I walked into the building. He just woke up immediately crying that he was tired and didn't want to go. So it was just a rough morning. And then I did see him when I was at lunch, I think, and he was taking a walk, or I saw him at some point when I was taking a walk. But I came to say hi to him at the beginning of his lunch, like I always do. And he was coming out of the lunch line with only a milk, with tears in his eyes, saying he couldn't get lunch. There was no food, because he only likes certain things, and today there was one of those things that he probably put an order for in the morning. But some people just ask for whatever once they get to the line, and they had run out of the Asian nuggets that he was gonna get, and he was like in tears because he hates everything else they have for today. But I know the cafeteria manager who runs the register and the whole kitchen. I used to work with her, and she's amazing, so sweet. And I was like, hey, are they out of nuggets? And she turned and saw Sebastian was in tears, and instantly was like calling over one of the staff. It's like, hey, you're not out, right? Because she knows that they have more. She knows their inventory. And it was like, no, we're just out right now, and I'll take 5 minutes to make more. So I was like, see, buddy, it's all good. We just need to. So I'm getting this chair cleared out because Jax could be coming out at any second. So it was no problem. They were like, oh, we'll bring it to your table. But he wanted to stand there and wait. And then he wanted me to stand and wait with him. Poor buddy. He's needy. But then I did my day. In the afternoon, I was just doing a lot of stuff. I was drawing illustrations for our slides that we use with the kids, because the person who came about our curriculum made some suggestions for our slideshow for one of our nonverbal kids. So I was making some illustrations for that. And setting up for the baby shower. Since we didn't have kids in the afternoon, we could go to the library and start setting up for it. It was 2 teachers, one in December, one in January, having babies. I wasn't thinking I could go, but it turns out I was able to just catch the beginning when they were speaking and saying congratulations. They announced that they were canceling the staff meeting for the teachers, so they were happy about that. They could just eat and go. And yeah, I made 1 plate of food for Sebastian. I let him take my slice of cake and my food. And his teacher caught me and said that she gave him 4 good behavior tickets because he was being so kind on the playground when there was a kid in his class making bad choices. And this is a kid who I've often spoken with Sebastian about. Hey, sometimes people's needs are not being met, their core needs, and that makes them have a hard time making the right decisions and behaving properly because their behaviors, they're communicating that they have needs that aren't being met and stuff like that. Like I'd said it in ways that he would understand, and he's just been an angel about it. And he was backing up the teacher in a kind way and just impressed her so much. I'm so proud of him. We love kindness. Oh, I just took my badge off, but my badge back there, it says be kind, my newest little case. Everybody was like, I didn't recognize you. Oh, your hair, it's so long and pretty. And in years past, it's been down a ton, especially like when I would sub, but it's mostly up because it's either too windy or the kids are crazy. But I wore it down today. We can't get the fingers through it anymore. I'm gonna have to brush it and put it up. I'll try and wear a ponytail tomorrow, but that'll be RIP. It'll be such a tangle after that. Anyway, I had enough time to go home, go to the bathroom, and sit under my electric blanket for 10 minutes. Now I'm getting Jax, and I should have a little bit more time before the online meeting starts, and I'll have to skedaddle out of my office because that's the room we use. But the school requires that you don't do early pickups past 3:30, even if like you only need like 15 minutes early, which would be 4 p.m. They're like, no, it's too hard with dismissal times, and the sped bus is already there and stuff, so it is what it is. They know that we have these appointments and that the work has to be made up with their return to learn plan. I don't know, but here comes Jax and we're gonna get going. I should be able to sit for a little bit, so I'm looking forward to that. All right, everyone, I have been falling asleep trying to knit. It was a struggle, but I think I've already talked to you a lot about my day. I talked to you about Sebastian. I don't think I told you that I woke up to a migraine starting, and migraine aura. My eyes were off. I was like, oh, what's going on? Am I halfway through a migraine? Because it was really, really off. And normally the typical ones, the 9 out of 10 auras, I just have a little spot that I can't focus on. It's similar to like looking at the sun and having a little sunburn spot in your eyes. Except then it starts to grow and flicker, and then the border starts, and it's like, blah, and it has to go so big that it's out of my vision, and then finally things start to come back to normal. But this, everything was off as if it was already like almost done, but then it was just starting also, so it was just one of those 1 in 10s that are really weird. So that was not fun. It was not fun to deal with that while dealing with Sebastian's difficult morning. And then it was my turn to go out to the bus. Normally not a big deal. I would go out and get our student that comes on the very first bus, and that bus has been coming so early. We have another student that comes on the very last bus, so we get the PM TA to get him because my other student will not wait long enough out there to do the bus. We've tried multiple times, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go out there and get that. Not a big deal. That bus did not show up, and we got to the point where even that last bus came and the TA got the other student off. Like, luckily the PM teacher was in the room, because normally I'm back with that first student in the room. If we have 4 students, I'll pick up one from the cafeteria, because again, with the cafeteria, the car rider kids, one comes really early and one comes really late, often after the bell. But so I'd pick up that first one and I'd go with the two of them to the room and start things with them. And then the TA would bring our other busser, and then eventually the really late car rider would come. But yeah, I wasn't going to be back, so she knew, and she was able to have the PM teacher watch that one student until finally there's two people working the buses. Like, we have duties if you're like a specialist, they call them, so art, PE, reading, you don't have a dedicated classroom, you get duties. And I'm surprised that they don't give the PM ECSE me, like the AM ones, a PM duty, but we are supposed to help out with PM, and I do actually help them at dismissal almost every day. I didn't today because I was helping set up for the baby shower, but I'm getting off track. But there's two people out there working the buses. I'm like, do they normally come out and tell us if they're going to be late? I'm like, what's going on? They were like, I really don't know. They haven't said anything to us. So I went into the office and let them know which bus was late. And they called right away. And I was like, oh, memories of my 2 years of working in the office. I miss it a lot. But I love working with the kids. But every time I'm there, I'm like, the old days. You really get to hear a lot of things going on. But I will say I hear more being a walkie-talkie owner. But anyway, she called and they were gonna look, and then I guess based on what she said, the dispatch knew that it was running 15 minutes behind, but then she's like, okay, well, actually it's about to run, because it had been 15 minutes. So she's like, it's pulling up to the school now. So I went back out and I told them we couldn't quite see it until I finished that sentence, and I could see a hint of a bus finally coming around the bend in the car line. So went out to where it stopped, and my student was still not there. The third day in a row, not there. I'm like, okay, all that for that. But the other 2 days Mom had told us that we did have to go out to the bus the second time because she didn't tell us in time. But yeah, this time she would have already told us by then because of how late it was. So we were like 50% they missed the bus because it was so late and she's gonna show up being unhappy, or because obviously if your bus is not there and you don't know that you're supposed to get alerts, and I have gotten an alert, and there's been another time where we haven't gotten an alert that Sebastian's bus was late. So anyway, I was out there for all those buses going by and with that migraine, and apparently when I have a migraine, my eyes do not like flashing lights. There's flashing yellowy orange lights on the buses when they stop and are letting the kids out, and I kept feeling like I was gonna throw up. Like, I was looking, is there a trash can right here? No, there's not. There's just planters, so I don't want to vomit in their planters. Should probably aim for the mulch behind it. But I just kept like turning around and facing into the building once I'd see what the bus was, and apologizing to the other TAs. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Apparently I can't handle this. And I came in and I still felt like I was gonna throw up for a little while, and I had some mints in my bag, and I told them, I'm like, I'm so sorry if I suddenly like run to vomit. It's those lights did me in. My teacher was like, you should have told me. I'm like, I actually did not know that was a thing for me. I did not know. So I learned something new. That wasn't fun, but once I was back in the room, even though it is fluorescent lights, we do have covers to make them less harsh, and it calmed down really quickly. It was nice. There's still certain things that would make me feel the headache. It's just very minor. I don't tend to get really bad pains with my migraines. It's like a bad headache right around the time that I get the aura, because all those flashing lights do hurt your eyes and give you a headache. But I would say 1 in 30 migraines is very, very painful. maybe 1 in 15 makes me feel nauseous. So I'm very lucky in that sense, but I'm unlucky in the sense that I always have auras, and they can be very long. They can repeat, and I can't like drive or anything or read when they're happening because my vision is that obscured. So I'm glad that it ran its course in the hour I had to get ready. So I was able to drive to work and stuff. But yeah, that was not fun. But my after work day was getting checks early, coming home, setting up my iPad for the doctor's call. It's so crazy that they do so many doctor's calls virtually. Like one of them I didn't even realize I made it until they sent me the reminder, and it was like a link. I'm like, what? Oh, I went through all the trouble to pick the office that was closed, and it didn't even matter. But okay, it's certainly easier for when we have quick turnarounds from picking up from the high school and having appointments. So you don't really have to be there the 15 minutes early and have the driving time. But I got that set up. I got to sit for like 10 minutes to 15 minutes, I don't know. And then just, we had the appointment, and I wanted to order food because I wanted French fries, and I was a good girl and did all that crazy stuff yesterday and went straight into cooking dinner and all. And I didn't want to do that today. So I ordered Habit for us. I did not want a veggie burger. So I just got sides of green beans and fries, and then I made myself Trader Joe's samosas and bath, and now it's bed. I've been knitting. I guess I can show you that I started the 4th hat. This little kiddo has like a brown and orange coat, and he wears a lot of brown pants, so I just chose 2 colors, like this tan and the brown. This is the most contrasted one, so we'll see how that fades into just the tan color. I don't know how that'll be, but we'll see. And I'm gonna start the bedtime stuff, and I have to get all the clothes laid out. I'm only packing 2 lunches again. Sebastian's gonna buy one more time this week, try his luck. But I will say that while we were waiting for the new Asian nuggets to be cooked for him, the manager had a moment to turn around to him. He insisted on waiting right there, and she like looked him in the eyes like, Sebastian, you can always come to me. We're never out of the food. We can make you some. Don't worry. Just, you need to come and talk to me. And I told her, we're working on advocating for ourselves. And I've been seeing little bits. He's advocating for breaks. That's a good thing. That's the first step. But he can advocate for food. It's a necessity. If he really feels like he can't eat any of those other items, then yes, advocate for yourself. So she's so wonderful. I love her. So hopefully we'll have no drama for the food. He doesn't like any of the breakfast choices for the rest of the week. I'll definitely go for tomorrow. So we need to get him moving and grooving in the morning so he has enough time to eat. Luckily today he was able to buy breakfast. But I'm gonna let you go and go get him because this is long again and I haven't exported videos in a while, so my phone is gonna get pissed. Good night, stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.